Hey guys, welcome back to Cat Views. So today I'm going to be doing a pretty quick trailer review on the latest trailer to drop following The Haunting of Hill House. Now if you've never seen that show, it's amazing and you should go out and watch it right now. But The Haunting of Hill House came out on Netflix, and this is basically the second in the anthology that was created by Mike Flanagan. He brings us now the second one, which is called The Haunting of Bly Manor. Now, it's very, very interesting how this has been done. Now, this is obviously different to The Haunting of Hill House. Now, The Haunting of Hill House focused obviously on the the Hill House, and this is Bly Manor, so totally different properties, but also different families, different era as well. I believe this one is set in the 80s. So Mike Flanagan, like I said, he's brought us that. He's bringing us this one now, and I'm very, very excited to see this. I was super stoked to watch the trailer. As you guys can see, the trailer looks very, very good. If you've not seen the full trailer, you can obviously go check that out. Now, I was reading a report or article, I guess, in Vanity Fair, where Mike talked about some of the new changes in the different, series, and this is going to be the same as the last one in terms of episodic television series. It's obviously not a film, because the last one was a series, in fact. So this one is going to be the same in line with that. Obviously, the only differences will be the entire story and the characters. Now, the good thing about it is, with Haunting of Hill House, so many people loved it. So many people found it so intriguing and interesting, and I personally I loved the hell out of it because of the story, the way it was written, the way that the story was told, just everything. The cinematography, the cast was amazing. It was brilliantly cast. Not just for the performance by these actors, but the casting itself for the young actors and then the adult counterparts of these characters was just on point. I haven't seen casting like that since Now and Then in 1995. Like, I was actually talking to my girlfriend about that the other day, and like the last time I saw casting that on point and so well done and executed as well was in 1995. So I was very, very impressed by Haunting of Hill House, as were many other people. And again, it's not just because of the horror genre. Of course, I obviously like the horror genre, you guys know this, but it was just, the storytelling was amazing, the cinematography, the shots were so beautiful, and the atmosphere, the way that this was created, just all of it came together so well. And of course, I obviously really enjoyed the actors as well. In particular, my favourite were Katie Siegel. I don't know why I'm calling her Katie, we're not friends. Kate Siegel, and Andrea Peretti. Now, Andrea Peretti I was very impressed with. She was a standout character for me because of the actress's performance for that character. And she played Nell. So for me, Nell was not necessarily my favourite character in terms of her as a character in itself, but she was my favourite because of the actor's performance and commitment to that character. She just made Nell, I think, so believable and so much more stand out than the other characters. Second to that, I really liked Kate Siegel's performance. I've also seen her obviously in Hush and a few other things as well. And so I was very impressed by her performance too. But I was really upset when Haunting of Hill House ended because I really wanted to see these actors give me more. I wanted to see more performance from these actors because I really enjoyed the performance I was getting. So I was really disappointed, not so much for the loss of the characters and the story of The Haunting of Hill House, but more so the actors in that sort of atmosphere and that timepiece. And I'm very excited and very pleased to say that some of the actors have in fact returned for The Haunting of Bly Manor. So that's very, very cool. So we have Andrea Peretti, Oliver Cohen-Jackson. So Andrea played Nell in the previous one. Oliver Cohen-Jackson played Luke, the young brother who then turned into like the druggy brother, and him and Nell were twins in that series. And then we've got Kate Siegel, who played Theo, the adult version of Theo. So yeah, I was very impressed by those two female actors' performances, and I was just really bummed. So I'm very, very happy to see that. I was so stoked when I saw Andrea Peretti in that first shot of Bly Manor. That was it was so awesome to see her. She is I'm very much a fan of hers. Like, she's not very known. She seems fairly new in the industry. She's like 25. I mean, I guess that's kind of, on point. I've seen actors break into the industry much later, so it seems pretty on point. and I have not seen her in anything else. As far as I know, she is in season 2 of You, but other than that, I've only seen her performance in Haunting of Hill House, and I'm very much impressed by what I saw, and I think that's why. But it's obviously a big part of the fact that Mike Flanagan brought her back again, because she was just outstanding. She was definitely the standout for me. Her commitment and her performance to the role just really impressed me very much so. So I'm stoked to see her back. Now, obviously, she's playing a different character. Now, if you guys want to check out the full article, you can check out Vanity Fair. They wrote an article. I didn't want to read all of it because I don't like to see too much, so I kind of skimmed, just kind of loosely skimmed through it. I found some very interesting information out. And from what I gather, now this will be dropping on October 8th on Netflix. It'll be running just the same as it was last time, so it'll be like a binge. You can binge watch the whole thing. They'll drop the entire one and only season on the 8th of October. And this time we're going to see Andrea Pedretti playing a character who I believe is going to be a babysitter or caretaker of sorts, and she's very different to Nell. She's very bright and more optimistic, and I think a little bit more naive to the darknesses of the world, whereas Nell was very shadowed and held down by everything and all this darkness, and she was very tortured. It was very sad, actually. But yeah, she definitely plays a different character. I believe also, like I said, this is set in the 80s, or at the very least as an 80s flashback, but I believe it's set in the 80s. So that's her character, and that's what she's going to be playing. She's basically this babysitter for these 2 young children in Bly Manor. So we all know what happens to the babysitter. It kind of gives me like The Boy vibes, like The Boy. The trailer itself in particular gave me like The Boy vibes and kind of like The Grudge a little bit as well. And you'll see what I mean if you watch the full trailer. Now, in terms of Oliver Jackson Cohen, he plays, I believe it's like this distant relative. And also the dad is returning. I forgot to mention that. Henry Thomas is also returning. He was fabulous also in Haunting of Hill House. So Henry Thomas, he'll be returning as well. But he'll be playing, I believe, like a distant uncle of this property that tries to keep away from it. And then Oliver Jackson Cohen, who played Luke, he will be playing basically an asshole. He's the type of actor that he always plays a creepy dude or an asshole in pretty much every role that he does. He just has that face, I guess, that that just gets cast that way. He's very good at it, though, to be fair. He was also in Invisible Man. If you haven't seen that, that was pretty good too. But yeah, Oliver Jackson Cohen was also in that. As I mentioned, Katie Siegel was in Hush as well, if you haven't checked that out. So, they've both kind of worked on these like horror thriller films before as well. So they're into the genre, which is great. I think that really helps, and it really shows that they are character actors and they really, care about their performance. So I think it's going to be great. It looks really well shot as well, again, just like the first one was. My only nitpick is with this trailer, I felt not as much of an impact as I did with Hill House, but again, I think I'm kind of biased now at this point. But I can only nitpick and say that the shots weren't, they weren't as atmospheric to me in particular for this trailer. Like, I just felt like some of the shots were beautiful, don't get me wrong, and some of them were very much haunting, like they were very scary, especially like the shot with the doll in the basement kind of thing. The first shot with like Andrea Pedretti's character when she picks up this little doll in this basement and then she just turns her head like that. Like that, like she's just on point. But that was super eerie, creepy vibes. But then there were some shots that I felt were a little too set piecey. This is what I call, I use that term a lot, and it basically, to me, what it means is basically when it looks like a production, when it looks like you're watching a movie and it takes you out of the fact of the story and the character, and you realize that you're watching a film or a TV show. So that's what I mean when I say set piece. It's just, it's like the same way a set piece would just stand out, kind of a thing. So that's what I mean by that. Because you guys have probably heard me use that term quite often. So that's what I mean by that. There were a few shots in the trailer that kind of just took me out of it a little bit. But overall, it looks like a really decent trailer. There's obviously some new cast coming in as well. But it's very interesting. I'm very interested to see also who Kate Siegel plays. I have a theory that she's the woman in the lake. She's a lady in a lake, and she's maybe like this ghost that's like haunting these kids or this family, possibly. But that's just my speculation and theory from the trailer. Of course, everybody's going to speculate, but she's the only returning actor that we didn't see specified as a character in the trailer. And also in the Vanity Fair report, she was not specified as a character in particular. It was unknown, it was to be seen. So I have a feeling that that's what she's going to be playing, but you know, we'll see, I guess. This is just my opinion. These aren't spoilers. It's spoiler free, obviously. It's just a trailer. But yeah, they've released this trailer. I don't think we're going to get another trailer. Normally, Netflix actually breaks trailers down quite quickly. Normally, we get something like a week before, and then the film or the TV series will start up. Sometimes it does go a month before, but this is it's pretty high in advance. Like, it's pretty far in advance. We don't normally get something this far back, so I'm excited that they dropped it. I definitely wasn't expecting it. Netflix does this stuff where you don't have any idea, and then all of a sudden you just get a trailer. So that was really cool. I mean, last night I tweeted about that, obviously immediately. I think I saw the trailer literally like 8 minutes after it dropped. So I was very, very excited. Obviously, I follow Netflix and other movie distributors as well, because I'm on point with that shit. I'm kind of on it. So yeah, I'm a little bit delayed in doing this review, but I just got too excited. I probably watched the trailer about 6 times as well. So I really wanted to do my research for you guys and give you a real thorough debriefing of this trailer. But by all means, go watch the full trailer by yourselves. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to see these actors returning? How do you feel about them playing different characters? Personally, I'm very excited to see them playing different characters. I think it's going to be interesting. And honestly, especially with like Andrea Pedretti's character, I think it's going to be hard for me to see Nell, because it's just such a difference in the character. So I'm very excited to see them come back. I'm super happy that they are coming back. And I think this is going to be a really great show again. And yeah, I'm very, very happy and very excited. Thank you, Mike Flanagan, for this. It's just really great work. And I really hope the story is just as rich. I hope the writing is just as good as the first one. So I'm very much looking forward to it. You guys, let me know what you think, how you feel about it. Are you going to check it out on October 8th when it drops on Netflix? I really hope you do. And I'll see you guys soon with another review. Thanks for watching. See you later.